All right. Welcome to the presentation. Kwame Warner with Bitcoin Blockheads and Bitcoin Crypto Club. Tonight, we're going to be covering a few topics. Number one is the main thing is what is Bitcoin? Number two, what is a Bitcoin wallet? And we'll be looking at how you buy Bitcoin, where you can use Bitcoin and how, and more importantly, how do you make money with Bitcoin? And then we're going to dive into USI-Tech and what they offer. And if you're interested in getting going, which I'm sure you will be, what's next and how you do that. So without further ado, let's drop right in. And what I want to start with is this. In our day and age, technology is constantly advancing. And if you guys remember back in the day, BlackBerry was the premier smartphone. Everybody had a BlackBerry, right? You weren't anybody if you did not have a BlackBerry. And of course, when the internet started getting really large, Yahoo came out. Y'all remember that commercial? Yahoo! I know about 3 dogs' ears is ringing right now, right? But you remember the commercial. Yahoo came out. They were just dominating the search engine. Everyone had a Yahoo email address and so forth and so on. And then, of course, we had social media and MySpace. A lot of people were getting MySpace accounts. I personally attempted to set one up, but it was so convoluted. It was just, things were everywhere. I just kind of let it go. But at the day and age, MySpace was the place to go for social media. And of course, we would go to grocery stores. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but here in the US, we've got Albertsons, Piggly Wiggly, Kroger Company, King Supers, Pathmark, Met, Key Food. These are the local grocery stores that we would go to and we would frequent. And of course, at movie time, we'd all run down to Blockbuster, get that VHS tape, right? Or that DVD when DVD players came out. And we take a vacation, we go to a hotel. You know, one of the most popular chains is the Holiday Inn. You could go to the Hilton or the Marriott, but we would go to a hotel. We're going away on business. We'll rent a room at the hotel. And of course, you guys remember when compact disc came out. I remember going to school and having the old school Walkmans. And I remember when the compact disc came out, it was just incredible cutting edge technology at the time. Vinyl started fading away. Cassette tape started fading away. And here was a king of music players, the compact disc, digital audio. And of course, me growing up in New York, you when you're going somewhere, 9 times out of 10, if you don't want to hop on a major Deegan or you don't want to get caught up on a highway in a rush hour traffic, you'd hail a cab. You get a taxi cab, right? Especially for those of us that like to go out and party a little bit. You want to have that designated driver. So I hope you guys are drinking responsibly. So here's the disruption though, right? All these other companies that you see here to your left, they were dominant in their marketplace, but sometimes we can get complacent. Sometimes our mindsets can get stale and old. So going forward, what I want you to do is to not be the BlackBerry, the Yahoo, the MySpace, or the Blockbuster, right? Because a lot of those at least 2 of those companies got shut down already. I don't know what MySpace is doing now. But on the right, you have something revolutionary. Here comes this iPhone that says we're going to produce this device that's just touchscreen. No keyboards, none of that, just straight touchscreen. And at first, the adoption was kind of slow. But nowadays, when you pick up a smartphone, you're not going to find anything like the Sidekicks and the Blackberries of old. You're going to find everything is all touchscreen. And then, of course, you had Redbox and Netflix that totally disrupted the home movie industry. And not too long later, Blockbuster went out of business. And then, of course, there's Uber and Lyft that is giving the taxi companies a run for their money. And it's just so popular. Who would have thought that you just book a ride on your cell phone or your mobile device? I mean, it's just revolutionary ideas that are changing the scape of how we do life, do transportation, and do business. And then here's the granddaddy of them all. Mark Zuckerberg comes out with Facebook and just totally slays MySpace. And then was Twitter and Snapchat and all these other, seems like a new one is being born every minute, right? But it's the landscape is constantly changing. And now you got Airbnb that are challenging the hotel industry. And of course, iTunes disrupted the music industry, changed the way that we listen to music. I don't know the last time I bought a compact disc. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know the last time I ever bought a compact disc. Everything now is MP3s. And here's the deal. iTunes didn't invent the MP3. They just found a way to make it better and more reachable. They marketed it and branded it and totally disrupt the music industry. And of course, we had Amazon.com. I remember when that company first started, everybody was like ordering books online. Who's going to do that? But Borders is out of business right now. It's a miracle that Barnes and Nobles is still hanging on. But I order pretty much all of my books from Amazon. And they have a host of other things. The microphone that I'm doing this recording with, I purchased from Amazon. And they just acquired Whole Foods. So they're breaking into the grocery business, and they're making the Albertsons, the Kroger companies, and all these other box grocery stores tremble right now. And of course, there's Google. Google came in and just, Yahoo is just a fleeting thought. Google came in and just dominated the market. If you asked me a question and I didn't know the answer, what do you think I'm going to tell you? Go Yahoo it? No, I'm going to say go Google it, right? So Google came and just changed the whole landscape of that. And of course, as we get into finances, which is a perfect segue for what we're going to talk about tonight, we have Apple Pay and Android Pay. They even have Samsung Pay. There's all kinds of pays that's coming out, alternative ways of transacting business. And so the next big disruptor that we're looking at is cryptocurrency. Bitcoin being the godfather of all cryptocurrencies. It's disrupting the American dollar, the yen. It's disrupting the Australian dollar. It's changing the way that we transact business, period. It is just incredible what Bitcoin is doing, and we are just getting started. So for some of you watching this presentation, you might not know what Bitcoin is. So let's take a look at that. I like to keep it simple, and we're not going to get all technical because we want to keep it short as well. There's plenty of videos. There's no shortage of videos and PDFs that you could download that will, or books that can teach you about Bitcoin and the blockchain, which is the system that it operates on. So Bitcoin was created in 2009, actually about 2008. I think Satoshi Nakamoto released a white paper on this thing. And Satoshi Nakamoto is pretty much a legend. No one really knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. It could be a pseudonym. Some people say it could be a woman. Some say it's a guy. Some say it's a group of people. Some say it's a government. No one knows, but we know that Satoshi Nakamoto released a white paper in 2008 for Bitcoin, and that's in the sense when it really just launched. And the crazy thing was, this was right after the economic collapse in 2008, where everybody was losing their shirt, where most people lost their shirts, their homes. Banks were looking for bailouts and things of that. And here's this new emerging technology that was going to change the whole marketplace and the way that we see money. Now, Bitcoin is basically a decentralized digital cryptocurrency. That's all it is, a decentralized digital cryptocurrency. So what do I mean by that? Decentralized just means it's not tied to central banking. It's not tied to any government. It's not owned by anybody. There's no Bitcoin CEO. There's no Bitcoin company. It's just a digital cryptocurrency. And more than that, Bitcoin is an amazing revolution that's just disrupting our financial industry right now. That's why Jamie Dimon is so mad from JP Morgan Chase. He's saying Bitcoin's a fraud and it's no good. It's not going anywhere. He's been saying that for years as the price keeps going up and JP Morgan is behind closed doors buying Bitcoin. So to wrap that all up, if you were to ask me what Bitcoin is, I'd simply put it this way. Bitcoin is just digital cash. Now, the next thing is, what are some of the benefits of Bitcoin? Well, number one, there's no middleman or central banks like I mentioned earlier. Number two, it's all peer-to-peer, which means I can send Bitcoin from my phone to your phone, just like I'm sending an email address. There's no, or email to your email address. There's no middleman whatsoever. It's all peer-to-peer. The transactions are pretty fast. There's minimum transaction fees. And here's the best part. You could send it anywhere in the world that has an internet or cell phone signal, and it has an incredible appreciating value, unlike our legal tender wherever you live. In the US, the dollar continues to go down, inflation rises, and that thing, a dollar, is not worth a dollar anymore. It doesn't have the same purchasing power. And here's the thing that a lot of people like is that it's anonymous. I can send you Bitcoin, and on the blockchain, it doesn't give my name, my social security number, or none of that information. It's just a series of numbers and letters. It's sent Bitcoin, a certain amount of Bitcoin to another series of letters and numbers. So that's one of the cool things about Bitcoin. It keeps people out of your business so that you can transact your business without everybody in the world knowing what's going on, which is a pretty neat thing as well. So what you're seeing on your screen right now are all the companies that currently accept Bitcoin directly or through a form or means of a Bitcoin debit card. And I'll show you those on the next slide. But Mercedes-Benz, Microsoft, Dell, Google, Dish Network, Expedia, you can book plane tickets with Bitcoin. Remax London, you can buy real estate. Virgin Galactic, they accept Bitcoin. Overstock.com, Tesla, you can purchase a Model S P100D with your Bitcoin. And as you look at all of this, and there's so many more places that are taking Bitcoin right now, but as you look at the landscape, the places that are not taking Bitcoin directly, any one of these cards, and there's a host of others depending on your region and where you live at, that you can use to spend your Bitcoin. Now, I personally use the BitPay card, the one in the upper left-hand screen. It allows you to load $25,000 a day max, and you can withdraw $3,000 a day from any ATM anywhere. And so in the US, so that's incredible. And I believe they're also in 140 different countries as well. So that's one of the cool things about these cards. You transfer the Bitcoin that you own onto your BitPay wallet or your Zappo wallet, and then you just top off your card with the amount that you want to convert into whatever currency you want to convert it into. And so these cards make it really convenient for you to spend your Bitcoin wherever Visa or MasterCard are accepted. So how do you buy Bitcoin? That's a question I get asked a lot. How do you buy Bitcoin? Well, some of the popular platforms are Coinbase. That's probably the most well-known one is Coinbase.com. You could also go to localbitcoins.com where you can just log on, put in your zip code, and they'll pull up people that are willing to exchange Bitcoin for your fiat currency. Some people take checks, some will take a bank deposit, some will take cash right there on the spot, and they will transfer the Bitcoins to whatever wallet you want to go to. Another popular place where you can store your Bitcoin, because you need a place to store it after you buy it, is blockchain.info. They have an integrated wallet system as well as a means of where you can purchase Bitcoin as well. Another popular thing that you can do to obtain cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in particular, is Bitcoin IRA. A lot of you have IRAs that are non-performing that you can actually roll over into Bitcoin IRA, and they'll use your IRA funds so that you can buy Bitcoin. And you can let that thing sit there and appreciate and realize the profit on the appreciation of the coin itself. And I've got a great promotion for you guys. If you go to CoinbaseOfferCode.com, Coinbase gives out $10 in free Bitcoin when you buy or sell over $100 of Bitcoin. So they'll give you guys $10 of free Bitcoin, and they'll also give me $10 of free Bitcoin. Who doesn't like free Bitcoin, right? So just jump over to CoinbaseOfferCode.com, set up your free account. And once you spend over $100 or sell $100 in Bitcoin, they'll give you $10 in Bitcoin free, which is pretty cool. Now, here's the part I like. How do you make money with Bitcoin? So let's take a look at that. Before we dive in, I want to show you how Bitcoin stacks up to traditional assets. So let's say back in 2010, you purchased $10,000 worth of gold. How much do you think that thing will be worth today, right? Take a guess. Keep that to yourself because I can't hear you. But today, it would just be worth $10,230. And the reason is because gold is a great store of value. It's going to keep its value. It keeps its purchasing power. Yet you're not going to get rich off of gold, right? So what about the stock market? You know, you have a lot of day traders, you have people investing in the stock. But what if you just in 2010, you purchased $10,000 worth of stocks from the S&P 500? What would you be right now? So $26,037. Nothing to really write home about or quit your job about, but at least your money is working for you and you're realizing some profit. Now, let's take a look at BTC. Now, at the time that we created these slides, when Kenny and I created these slides, Bitcoin was at about 4,200 per coin, but back in 2010, it was about 8 cents a coin. So if you would have purchased $10,000 worth of Bitcoin back in 2010, hope you're sitting down, $525 million. That's over $500 million, people, from a $10,000 investment. And Jamie Dimon is still saying Bitcoin is a fraud, right? That guy. So let's take a look at the numbers. And I just wrote down a few of these. I didn't want to just fill the page up, but back in 2010, as we discussed, it was at about 8 cents. March 2011, it went up to $1. July 2011, that same year, $31. April 2013, $2.66. November of that same year, $1,152. January 2014, took a little bit of a dip, $9.95. The next year in November, Bitcoin goes down to about 500. People are panicking, right? This thing is going to crash. All these pundits are right. But no, wrong. December 2016, Bitcoin back up $976, slight pullback in 2017, $970. That's when I was telling a lot of people, get on board, get on board, get on board. Between February and September, we've seen it climb to 1,500 and then 2,200, then 3,000 and it even went close to 5,000 and pulled back. But in September of 2017, it hit 4,997. October 2017, brand new high, $5,990 was the all-time high. But listen, since I created this slide and added this slide in October, the beginning of October, Bitcoin has crashed through 3 more ceilings and set 3 new records. The most recent was $6,250 was the all-time high. Listen, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. This is a solid coin. Like my boy Kenny Ho says all the time, you know, Bitcoin was dead 150 times. This thing has more lives than a cat. It's going to be here, folks. So making money with Bitcoin, there's 4 ways I'm going to show you. The first way is just mining Bitcoin. Now, back in the day, this was really an easy thing. A everyday consumer can get a PC and just download the blockchain and they could begin mining with their PC. Now this thing has gotten more high tech. You have to have specialized mining rigs and computers with high tech GPUs. It takes a lot of electricity, and the difficulty of mining is really a lot tougher than it was back when this thing first started. And so if you did want to start mining, basically miners are just users just like us. And all they do is verify the transactions, verify and process transactions on the blockchain, which is the software, the operating system that Bitcoin runs on. I liken it to this. I use this example. The blockchain to Bitcoin is what OS is to the MacBook, or what Windows is to the PC. It's just an operating system, but it's super, super secure. And so in return, miners get paid in Bitcoin, right? The second way, which we pretty much wrap our minds around, is trading Bitcoin. You buy it at one price and you sell it at a higher price, and you make a profit on the difference between those two prices. And of course, there's always a commission when you're doing trade, so minus that commission, that's your profit. So trading is another way. The third way is just the most popular way, is buying and hodling. And no, that's not a typo, folks. That's just a slang term in the industry. A guy was actually, I guess he was drunk texting and he was posting something on his social media page, and he said, don't sell, hodl, hodl, hodl. And so it was a typo and everybody just ran with it, but it's just buying and holding. You just buy it and you hold on to it in hopes that it's going to definitely increase in value. Now, all those ways are great, and I really like the second and the third way. Kenny and I, we trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and we also hold it as well. But here's the fourth way, and this is the best way. This is how we earn and compound Bitcoin passively, daily, and on autopilot, Monday through Friday. Now, is that something you think you would be interested in? Because if your answer is yes, you're going to be blown away by this, because you will be able to participate in a large mining and trading operation, earning Bitcoin daily on autopilot. So that second and third way that we talked about, you'll be able to do that, but on autopilot. No, you won't need the high-tech computers. You won't have to read any candlesticks and charts and buy and sell walls and know when to get in and when to get out like double Dutch, right? You just set it and forget it. So the cool thing about this platform is that there's no enrollment fees, there's no monthly membership fees, and there is no hidden fees. So what I want to do right now is just let you know that it's totally free to get started with this, and I am going to introduce you to USI-Tech. So round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. This thing is going to really revolutionize your life. So a little about USI. They have over 30 years experience in the financial sector. Their dev team has been at this game for about 20 years. So they've got over 20 years experience. They're based in the UAE and they are open internationally. They started this division of the company in 2016. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary. Actually, myself and some of my teammates and my wife and I were flying into London for the 1-year anniversary this Saturday in London on the 28th of October. 2017. And they have offices in Dubai, Philippines, South Korea, Tokyo, and they'll probably be setting up offices at a city near you soon. They retain the #1 legal attorney and SEC legal firm for compliance in this industry. They're not registered with the SEC, but they made sure that they're compliant with SEC regulations. They had the official launch August 26th of 2017 in Philadelphia. My wife and I got to go down there along with some of our teammates. It was incredible just to celebrate that launch. We had people coming from all over the globe for that USA launch. Right now we have over 200,000 plus active members globally. And I think the numbers are about 3,500 or so, between 3,500 to 5,000 new members that are getting on board every single day. So this is an incredible opportunity. You do not want to miss out on this. And I'm going to tell you how you can get started. The unique thing that I love about this is that this is pretty much available wherever there is an internet connection. And the BTC package was introduced March 1st, 2017 for the USA and worldwide markets. And that's the package that we're going to be talking about and digging in on here shortly. So prepare to be a part of the disruption in the financial space. So let's look at the BTC package. This is USI's flagship product, and this is what allows you to earn Bitcoin daily, Monday through Friday, through their Bitcoin mining and trading operation. So each package is about 50 euros or $60 US, and it pays an average of 1% daily, Monday through Friday on the market days. And I say approximately or an average 1% because sometimes it's 0.75, it's between 0.75 and 1.25. The returns are paid in Bitcoin, which is tremendously great. So in essence, your Bitcoin is making Bitcoin. The return on each package is about 40%. Each package has a shelf life of 140 market days, which is approximately 6 months. You can auto rebuy packages every time you earn 50 euros or $60. You could just withdraw your Bitcoin that you earn every day 24/7 at any time. And you're going to earn that average of 1% regardless of what's happening in the market. Now, the other thing that I didn't place on this slide is that you have to purchase these packages with Bitcoin because they're paying you with Bitcoin. So you have to purchase the packages in Bitcoin. So to get started, someone will send you an invitation link. It's invitation only. They'll send you an invitation link and you click on that link and you'll come to a page that looks like this. This may change coming up. They're releasing a brand new website. And so we'll probably update this presentation and these slides. And you'll just click that yellow button right there to your right that says register. And that's how you start the sign up process. It'll take you to this screen. You just put in your name and your email address, click that you're not a robot. And then after that, you'll get an email. And after you get the confirmation email, you'll click on a confirmation email. And then you'll just go in and you will register the rest of your information. Just put in your name, your address, and your phone number. Once you do all of that, you're set to go. You click on shop and you select the BTC package. That's where you purchase your package and you just click purchase. And then it'll ask you whether or not you want to purchase with your available BTC balance, which you're not going to have one in a platform already. So you're going to choose BTC wallet. The other two options you don't want to do. The company's also going to be adding an exchange that's built into the platform, so you won't have to necessarily transfer money from your wallet like Coinbase. You could just do it inside, and that system should be rolling out next week sometime. Once you do that, you just go here and you select the number of packages. We like to tell people start off with 100 packages, because at that rate you get one brand new package every single day. So at the end of the week, you're looking at about 105 packages that you're earning 1% on average each day. Then it takes you to this page, and if you look down, you're going to see a series of letters and numbers right under the timer. That's what you cut and paste into your wallet. That's basically your Bitcoin email address. That's where you're going to be sending your Bitcoin to, and right below that there's a little QR code that you could just scan if you want to send it from the wallet that you have on your mobile device. Then once you do that and everything's complete, you purchase your Bitcoin. The next thing you want to do is turn on your rebuy setting. Your rebuy setting is so powerful right now, and here's why. Because not only is it going to increase what you earn, but it's like this: if you just started off with one package versus starting off with 20, 40, 50, 100 packages, it's kind of like pushing a car up the hill by yourself versus having 10 people or 20 people pushing that car up. Buying more packages, starting with more packages, helps you increase the amount of return, as well as get to where you're going a lot faster. And when you put on that rebuy function, baby, it's like NOS in a vehicle on a racetrack, man. You hit that button and you're like gone, baby. You're going to exceed your miles per hour, which is a great thing. And as I mentioned before, you can turn this on or off whenever you like, and you can withdraw your earnings paid in Bitcoin 24/7. So what I want to do is just spend some time here on the rebuy calculator and just talk about this compounding, this compound effect that Einstein talked about. Let's say you started off with 100 packages, right? And you get down there, you buy that, it's about 1.38 Bitcoin at the time of this recording. Of course, the price would fluctuate. But after 1 year, if you just bought 100 packages and put rebuy on for a full year, that 1.38 Bitcoin turns into 6.45 Bitcoin. So let's look at what it means in dollars and cents. So again, at the time of this recording, Bitcoin was $4,200. So don't wait, folks. You want to jump in now, right? Because the price of Bitcoin is going to continue to go up, even though it'll have slight pullbacks. But you're looking at a cost of $5,796 for those 100 packages. Now, a year from now, we're speculating like everyone else that Bitcoin will be at about $10,000. Truth is, people say by January 2018, it'll probably hit that mark. But for the sake of simplicity, let's say $10,000 is the price a year from now. At 6.45 Bitcoin, you're looking at $64,540. Now, let's say we let that thing ride for 2 years. You just want to set it and forget it and rebuy for 2 years. What do you think it's going to be? You think it's just going to, if it's 6.45 in 1 year, what are you guys thinking? Maybe 13 in 2 years? Let's take a look. How about 24 Bitcoin? It's exponential, man. Bitcoin begins creating Bitcoin, like my buddy Alvin says. Bitcoin creates Bitcoin, and it just goes bananas off of that same 1.38. And here's what it looks like in dollars and cents. So if Bitcoin went up to 10,000 a year from now, 2 years from now, we'll speculate it doubles itself. It's at 20 grand in 2 years. That's what you're potentially looking at. And the more packages you have, the higher that number gets. It's crazy. So I'm going to wrap up with this. Einstein said compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He says, he who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Many of you are homeowners, and you know that what your house is going to cost in 30 years, right? How much you pay for it. You're financing a car or credit cards. So isn't it time to get on the other side of that? I think it is. So with that, I just encourage you to get started today. Contact the person that invited you to the presentation to watch this or sent you this video, and click on that link. If you got some questions, they'll answer for you. But register today to set up your free account. It costs nothing to get started. Fund out your account and start earning that 1% average today. And here's the cool part. For those of you that know people that want to get into cryptocurrency, just the same way that Coinbase will give me $10 and give you $10 free for referring somebody to Coinbase, well, the company does the same thing, but they'll give you 10% commissions for everyone that you refer. And what that means is if they buy 100 packages, you'll earn 10% of that on everybody that you refer to the company. That's their way of saying thank you, their way of rewarding you for helping the company grow. So that's it for me, folks. This is Kwame Warner signing off. This presentation was brought to you by Bitcoin Blockheads and the Bitcoin Crypto Club. Look us up on Facebook, and I'll see you on the beaches of the world. Here's to your future abundance. And yeah, let's do this.